3, 2. Hi, I'm Javier.
And I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Melanie.
What were you just doing?
Making adjustments.
Oh, okay. This is Fishbowl! Yay! Episode 11!
Woohoo!
Yay!
1-1.
And we're having a different drink this week because we're collaborating. We're what is it?
We're getting healthy.
We're empathizing. We're a team. We're
getting
and Mel
together.
can't drink beer with us right now. So until Mel can drink beer, we're gonna drink tea with Mel.
Cheers.
Except we are
being
not
more-
drinking that disgusting apple cider stuff that she was drinking last week.
You
We're
left me
drinking.
on hold.
Sorry, ma'am. We are drinking. This one is called lavender lemonade. It's really good.
Mine is really hot.
Oh, I love it.
To try it.
This is
You guys
really
are
good.
doing iced tea, but I have to drink warm fluids.
You have to drink warm.
I'm
fluid?
not sick, but I'm drinking. I'm working on my chi.
Are you sure you're not sick? Because
Well, I feel really cold right now.
you're cold.
I'm always cold.
You realize it's 72 in here, right?
No, it's a little chilly.
It
But
is?
you're talking to me.
It's almost April.
Uh-huh.
We've been doing this for 3 months, and I'm still in layers.
Still in layers. She's been doing layers for months.
She's like an onion.
And now I've just moved it up a notch to do like hot tea.
Mhm.
Because if I hold this right here, it feels really good.
Hot tea. What is your mug?
My mug is a unicorn. This was a gift from John.
Wow, that John, he's dreamy.
It says, "Don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle." That
Oh.
includes you.
Touche. Oh, yeah.
Well played, ma'am. Well played.
We got this up in Cloudcroft. It was an awesome little trip because we go up the mountain to hang out, and we snagged this at high altitude.
You have
It's
John,
got legs on it. Look, it's got 4 feet.
John and Mel time. How cute. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for holding boiling water over me like that. I appreciate
It's
it.
really hot.
How are you? You doing all right?
Yes.
Yeah. You have a lot of pattern.
I do. I knew wearing this dress was not going to be a bad thing in that couch, but we are recording in a chair that has a lot of patterns, and now I'm just kind of screaming at you. If I make you feel insane, then it's all good.
That's a lot of pattern. A lot of
Yeah.
pattern. Yeah. Let's pick that right there.
What's like flowers and dogs? What's on that pillow? You got little
Yeah,
doggies
yeah.
on the pillow?
Yes.
That all makes sense.
So cute. Look, you can find your mud on here somewhere. I found our Shih Tzus. So, where is he? I found him on the chair though. Here he is. There's the Shih Tzus.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And then
There's a wiener dog. Look at the wiener dog at the top.
Well,
look at the Dalmatian.
you're
too.
sitting on a chair that has that. It's that same puppy pattern.
Yeah, and it's got
Showing
a
up.
greyhound. Am I off camera again?
You're
I like
always
this
off
chair.
camera.
This whole chair is doggies.
Yeah.
It just
Yay.
came in, new item.
Just came in, new item. It's a
I think-
shameless plug.
There's a poodle.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm on camera. Poodle, weenie dog. The Shih Tzu is somewhere
The
right there.
Dalmatian.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a greyhound, even though it looks a little bit like a giraffe. It is a greyhound.
Oh, okay.
The one to the right of it is well, it would be your left, my right of that one. Move your pillow. It'll be the Dalmatian. There.
Oh, Dalmatian.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Scottish Terrier.
But anyways, this is a chair with dogs on it. Very, very nice.
We're
we
distracted.
we just got them, and they can't focus. And if
We
you
love
can't
them.
focus on anything other than the pattern explosion over here, well, you know. All right, so this is Fishbowl, our Friday night debrief where we're sharing what we learned this week with you, and also questions that we heard from our customers, so that way you guys at home know the answers to the questions before anybody else. Something was happening to my left.
It's alright, I'm rousing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
She's turning into the Grinch.
Someday we're gonna be normal, right?
No.
No.
No, never.
No.
See, if I rouse just a little bit and I get my feathers up, I got some. It's kind of like a. I decided to stuff my boa in here because I was so cold.
You stuffed
It's
your
kinda
bra
like-
with your boa?
I did stuff my boa in my shirt. John was helping.
Yeah.
It
Hopefully I
creates-
caught that on camera because I'm playing that puppy.
It does create a bit of like a downy jacket, like a downy
yeah.
coat. I'm thinking like feathers, and I thought it would be really warm. And I was trying to create a down jacket.
You
And if I
realize
rouse it up a little bit, I can feel the warmth.
it's literally 70 degrees in here.
But it's not 70 degrees right here.
Oh, okay. All right. So, We're going to start with this week's questions because if it got any weirder, we wouldn't have a show. So, all right. First question. A long one. A lot of words. My wife and I love the idea of having our own feel of mattress. She loves plush and I love a firm bed. We thought that buying the split king, but we thought about buying the split king. Wow. We thought about buying the split king,
See what happens when he doesn't drink alcohol?
Yeah. But then we heard about something called a split head. We bought it and love it. I really think you should talk about it to your viewers. This was an email that I received earlier today, as a matter of fact. So, this person wants us to talk about the split head because they fell in love with it and they were considering a split king. So maybe we should explain what each of those is. You go first, ma'am.
All right. So, a split king would be 2 TXLs, which stands for twin extra long. So it'll be the same length, 80 inches, as a queen or a king mattress. And you can put those side by side to make your king size bed. So my husband and I actually have that. He sleeps on firm, I sleep on plush. Together it makes the king size bed. But if you don't want a completely split mat and you decide to go with an air mattress, we do carry 2 different companies of air mattress. And what this allows you to do is have what's called a flex head. So it's only split up at the head, and then the bottom of the mattress, like from the middle down, is all one solid piece. So what this does is it allows you to have a adjustable base underneath your mattress where you can sit up individually, and your feet is kind of like a shared motion. It doesn't really affect the person laying beside you with a split head. But if you go with 2 individual mattresses, the TXLs, with adjustables underneath of that, then you can sleep in any position without affecting your partner at all. So the options are up to you if you want to have 2 individual mattresses or solid.
Are you sneezing because you have...
There was a feather that went up my nose and in my mouth. But what I was going to interject was, it's really helpful to have a split king because if one of you, wants to not feel the other one moving, there's less motion transfer.
Correct.
And then if you're like Javier, if you're in the doghouse, then she can just put your bed in the entire other room.
Exactly.
Or like put a dresser in between the 2 of you. That's always an option.
Well, what we've found is that putting a piece of plywood in between the beds actually works
Makes
too.
a barrier.
No, he knocks. He's annoying.
Just don't, whatever you do, don't drop your cell phone in that crack. Has that ever happened to you?
Multiple times.
You don't want to do that.
I've never dropped my cell phone, but I have dropped my adjustable base remote in between.
So the split head I think is a wonderful idea. It is harder to find. There are only like 4 companies making split heads right now. We happen to have 2 of those companies and working on the 3rd company getting them in here. We think that they're going to be a big hit. We think they are already a big hit, but we really do see growth in this. So we are looking to bring another company in with them. And with that, we're going to move on to the second question.
It reminds me kind of Oscar the Grouch. Didn't he have like fluffy feathers?
It's a bird that's like, they have the big old chest or
yeah,
whatnot?
that's what I'm doing. I'm rousing. I'm fluffing up like spring bird,
Oh, okay.
And then when they get all puffy and they're like, ooh. That's
All right.
My mom's parrot does that.
You're special.
Yeah.
And then he up and he squats down so he covers his feet to keep his feet in his
Okay, so the third question. I love that white couch. Ooh. I love that white couch that you sit on, but I can't imagine that being very easy to clean. How do you care for that kind of a living room set? Bird.
Bird. Well, in my house, I couldn't buy that couch because it's way too white. And I just already know, like with Oliver and multiple dogs.
And a John. Don't forget John.
John's actually like the cleanest part of all of that. He's pretty squared away.
Oh, good. Good. That John, he's so dreamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you see little hearts over my head?
Yes. Anyways, okay, so tell us about the white couch. How do you care for that type of material?
Well, we actually sell a furniture protector.
Scotch Guard.
A Scotch Guard by Guardsman. So it's a complete little package.
Yep.
And for that, you know, we can help you prepare your couch before it goes home, right? Or we can give you the tools for that. So once it lands in your home, then you kind of Scotch Guard it up, which makes cleaning easier depending on the surface or the type of upholstery.
Right.
So
Ooh, big word.
Yeah,
Okay.
oof, that was a big one. I almost stumbled there. So, however it's upholstered, whether it's microfibers or leathers or leatherettes, we have lots of options. So we can keep this clean. And then you use just a little microfiber cloth to clean it off and to spot clean it. And it works really good to not get in those situations. I would not eat Cheetos.
Not on,
that couch.
yeah. I would actually, I mean,
Or
the way
drink
I'd
red
keep
wine.
it clean, the way I'd keep it clean is the kids don't get on the couch.
Yeah, you know, when I was growing up, we had a whole separate room for that. Did
No,
you
not
guys
really.
experience that? Because in
No.
my house,
Yes. We had a living room
had-
and a family room.
Yeah, we had a family room, and it had these doors that locked. And then when people came to visit us, they would put us in that room and lock the doors and close the French doors. And then there was a whole other part of the house that never got touched.
Why do you think someone would lock you in a room? I can't imagine. Anyways, okay.
The TV was on. Now I understand that part of adulting and parenting. But yeah, and then there was this weird room that nobody ever sat in that room. And so a really nice couch like that could go in it.
Yeah, we're still focused. Okay. All right. Thank you, Greenie. Okay. So, how would you care for a white couch like that? What is the proper care for that?
Well, it does come with a stain guard material they say should be okay for up to a year.
Okay.
So it would come safe pretty much from the get-go. And it does have the sun repellent. I guess that's the UV repellent that's
UV.
inside of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So it is safe to put next to a window. So if it does get dirty, Mel already gave instructions. You know, cool water, no chemicals.
Microcloth.
Yep. And use that, pat it, and try getting it out that way. If it's a really stubborn type of stain, I would hope that you had purchased Guardsman with it. The insurance company actually provides type of things like this. So if you happen to spill, like you said, red wine or kids smeared Cheetos or chocolate, anything like that that really stains, ketchup, mustard.
I would say if we sell this thing, we need to make sure that we put the Guardsman on it because they would need that extra peace of mind. Because I mean, it's gorgeous, but it is a little light colored. In my book, that's way light colored.
But it's beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful.
And it's so soft.
And these chairs actually go with it.
And I call it a plop couch because if you've ever sat in a couch where you just kind of fit into it, you still have support with the cushions, but you can sink into it. It's so comfortable.
It is a very comfy couch.
What I like about that couch is it's so bright. It just lightens the room.
There's brightness happening. There's brightness happening. There's definitely brightness. All right, so I don't know if you can see this. She has American flag Converse and a green boa.
Yeah, I'm patriotic today.
Yeah. She's also colorblind, so we just tell her it matches. It all matches, darling. It all matches.
Okay, next question.
All right, so
She got feathers flying all over.
I went to 2 stores that won't have stock. This has to do with what we've been talking about. I went to 2 stores that won't have stock for several weeks. The mattress we wanted, we were told, would take up to 6 weeks to come in. Why are you guys in stock and others not? I'm going to take the first part of this one. Okay, so it's not that there's some secret conspiracy. There really is a foam shortage. In fact, it's probably about to get worse. The company that we deal with is an American-made company. The foam is American-made. They are dealing with their own things. We just happen to have been able to kind of foresee.
I don't think there's no crystal ball involved. I think this is like research.
Yeah.
This is time and effort of like daily checking news. There's no like magic here. This is hard work.
Okay.
So if he's in the back and I've heard him going, Wingardium Leviosa. That wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so we happen to do a huge amount of research as a company. we have meetings. We really talk to our vendors, and we foresaw this coming. So we actually bought, I would say, 2 truckloads of stock for our stores, knowing what we were going into. And we've developed a pretty good system of having the pieces in stock. That's not saying that we aren't going to suffer. I mean, we will suffer at some point.
We'll bleed.
We will bleed. Everyone will bleed through this. But it's just a matter of how we've planned and we can foresee what's going to happen. Yeah. But like she said, it's not magic. And I know I said that last time and I offended both of them because it's like, no, we have to take credit for the work we do. And it's true. We do a lot of work.
We have a lot of things on our radar. And so this whole thing has been developing over the course of a year, and it just keeps getting compounded by other factors that's hitting the news and global trade and stuff like that. So while it's been hit several times.
And it's going to get hit again.
So not only do crates fall off the ships into the ocean, now we have ships getting stuck in canals.
Yep.
What the heck?
Yep. Interesting times.
And it does. It affects a whole bunch of industries.
What's going on?
Well, I'm starting to get warm. It's actually working.
Okay. You don't think that you might be seen as a little strange?
That's why certain people love me.
Oh. Thank you to our 2 fans.
They wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, 3. I forgot John. Sorry,
John.
John. John's off screen over here. And he's like, I'm a fan.
What's happening is the insulative layer is actually working, and the T is starting to work. So, but now my bow is stuck in my zipper.
Ah, all right.
It is. I can see it.
Okay. Going on to.
Right there.
So, are we going to go on to? Well, is this foreshadowing the canal talk, and then we'll talk about the canal talk when we learn more what's happening?
Yes.
So we'll just kind of
what we
build
learned
this
this week. Yeah, what we learned this week.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. We're foreshadowing canal talk. All right. Here's again foreshadowing canal talk. How hard is it going to be to get a living room set ordered right now? This question has been happening daily for the past 2-3 months. So how hard is it going to be to get a living room set ordered right now? Who took the last one? You go.
Okay. Well, that depends. So you have vendors that have product and vendors that are getting product and vendors that are no longer carrying a product. So with that, whenever you come in, if you find something that you like better through one of our vendor sites versus what we do carry on the floor, we call them, find out the status of that piece, regardless if it's going to be back ordered or if they have it or if it's no longer available. That would be your answer. But it can take upwards up until November.
We're already here in November?
Yeah, we were last week at 10 episode 10. We were talking July. Now we're being pushed out to November.
You're seeing November. This is news to me. I have not seen November. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Expect it. So and that's not even calculating some of the things that are going to come down the canal.
All right. So, she just wants this topic.
So can I interject here? So another aspect of that question is how long is it going to take? One of the things is, are you talking U.S. made or foreign made?
That's true.
Components.
That's true.
Some of our distributors are foreign and they come from Asia or Vietnam or those areas.
Yeah.
This is a big area. I was running out of... Okay, this is coming from when I was like 19. I made the mistake of like just kind of not filtering. And I was working at Grand Canyon National Park and I met a woman from Hungary. And I was very young and I was like, oh, and I was trying to converse and, be all chipper. And I was like, oh, Hungary, that's over there by Turkey and Greece. And she had this look. And my friend pulled me aside and was like, she's very young.
Alrighty. Anyways.
Made sense to me.
That little factoid
Turkey
was...
and chili. Could have been over there by Chile, too.
When you start talking about turkey and chili, it makes you hungry.
Yeah.
Greece.
Alright, so...
But anyways, I was going back to some of our Asia. If it's coming from Asia...
Yes.
Or the ocean over there, and little islands, it's going to be delayed even further.
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, it's we've got some events that are freaking us out, and that's what she's referring to.
A lot of our stuff is still American made, like this couch, this white couch behind us, and these chairs.
These two chairs.
Sorry, I was in your bubble. This is proudly made in the US of A.
Yes.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which, by the way, is still behind on manufacturing. No one's fault. We have COVID going on.
And we have a foam shortage. This whole thing is made out of foam.
Yes, it is.
She's
foamy.
like, this is fun. It's foam.
Okay. All right. So
I love foam.
we have one more question because we're on our 5th question for this week. All right. Ooh, tough one. This one's from you, Tim. What is leatherette? What is top grain? What is full leather? And what is leather gel?
Wow, Tim.
Yeah, Tim wants to know. So.
I know leatherette.
Okay,
it's
you do.
artificial leather.
Okay, leatherette is artificial leather. Okay.
It's a combination factor. So if you like the look of leather, but you have kids and a dog, it's perfect because you can clean it really easy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't absorb any type of material that you might spill or wipe on it because it's not skin like leather.
Right.
You don't have to oil and treat it like you would leather because it's fake.
Very good.
And as far as feels, they feel kind of similar, but I have found that leather has a tendency to be more cold.
Leather or leatherette?
Leather.
Really?
Yes.
I've
our
experienced
couch
different.
is always cold.
You're always cold.
I know, but the couch is always cold.
It's 70 degrees in here and she's cold, so don't count on that one. So, okay, so leatherette is a fake leather. Well, you've said it fake leather, but, there's other political ways of saying it, such as...
Faux leather?
Leatherette.
With a X? F-A-U-X?
Aye.
It's faux.
Okay, so it's a faux leather.
It mimics leather?
It mimics leather. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so one of the things with leather that turns people away is it does absorb things, so it's very porous.
Very porous, yeah.
Okay, so it can absorb oils. It can be more different. It takes a little bit more effort to keep it clean. It does need to be, oiled and really cared for so it doesn't dry out and crack. However, it doesn't peel like leatherettes.
Right.
Can. Some leatherettes are developed where they are anti the peeling stuff.
Right. That's
And
a higher quality. Right.
We usually don't bring that stuff in that's going to peel
Right.
and flake off. But you are looking at a difference in longevity, which would be a lot of leatherettes are aged less than 10 years.
Right. Right. Yeah, there is an expiration, quote unquote, expiration date on leatherette, because it will eventually start breaking down. I mean, that's just it's man-made. There are different price points and different qualities to it, right?
Very much so.
And there's different ways it's made. A lot of it, when you see the cheapies, you'll know you're seeing the cheapies. You'll also see key terms like PVC, which all leatherette has PVC, is made from PVC, but when you see keywords of them really pointing out that it's PVC, that's when you know that, hey, I might be looking at something that might be flaking in 5 or 6 years. That seems to annoy a lot of people. What I like about this is when you get people that have gotten those cheapy couches, those are the ones that know, hey, I need leather in my next couch, and that's when we get the leather people in here. Yeah.
Leather is really good in the summertime too because it doesn't get that sweaty, sticky feeling because it's porous. If you sweat, it just kind of goes into the couch or evaporates.
That sounds disgusting, but that is true.
It just becomes one with the couch.
You just soak into the couch. It's leather.
You gotta just make it yours.
It's absorbent.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's absorbent.
Yeah, it's got all
it's like
kinds
a
of pores.
sponge. It's gonna you're gonna hydrate the pores.
Yeah. You'll be conditioning the leather yourself. No, leather is
you don't
wonderful.
Get that buildup. Yeah.
Some leather couches do need to be broken in. We've caught someone in this store trying to break in a couch by walking on it.
I was told to walk on it.
Oh, she was told to walk on the couch.
It was a meeting.
It was a meeting.
On our socks. And we're supposed to do it daily.
Okay. Have you been doing it daily?
No, I need to get back into that.
Okay, so we need to catch her walking on the couch again. Maybe this time not singing a song.
Do jazzercise.
It's an actual workout because you're like kneading it with your It's kind of like being on a stair stepper.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm getting feathers at my nose.
Yeah. Well,
stair
you
stepping.
are. You are.
It's a lot of work.
It's, yeah. Being you is a lot of work. Okay. We have one more.
Well, not all the questions are answered there.
Oh, top grain.
Top grain?
We did not answer what top grain is. Top grain. What is top grain?
Oh,
That's
good
when
catch.
you have the places that's in contact with your skin when you sit on the couch that's leather and everything else is a leatherette.
Oh, okay. And what's the purpose of this?
So that you don't have to pay as much.
Oh, it's budget friendly. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you're buying a couch. Top grain is the kind of couch that you buy where you're saving a little bit of money and you're getting a couch that's going to last you quite a while, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
And it also makes a prettier couch to look at in the long run because where it breaks in with the leather, it looks more natural.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a really pretty look, and then you also have the dependability of knowing you can clean it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, if you're looking for leather, we've got 2 leather couches in the back. We've got Leather Italia, and we also have a Fallon by
Home Elegance.
Home Elegance.
Yep.
Beautiful sectionals. We've got some love seats. We got leather in storage.
This isn't where we insert.
have some that are power. We have some that are standard. We got
inserting.
it all. You do not have to wait till November.
We're not
Come
inserting.
over right now. We got a leather.
Okay. Thank you, Tweety
Then what
Bird.
are we doing if we're not inserting? Come see me. I got a leather
All right.
couch with your name on it.
Next question.
Why don't you answer the last part there?
What was the last part?
Leather gel.
There's a such
Right.
thing as leather gel?
I don't know the answer to this, so that's why I'm looking
Okay,
at him.
so leather gel. Leather gel is the next level to the Leatherette, okay? Leather gel is actually a mixture of chemicals with leather that bonds to the leather. It is a higher form of Leatherette. You will see several medium-end sofas with that. We don't have anything in stock that is a leather gel. We actually have leatherettes and leather. But it has... leather gel has a much softer tactile feeling to it. It's like... It's soft. It's like... It's very skinny. Very grippy. It's very... almost suede.
Did you just say skinny?
Listen here, Tweety.
It's very skinny. I think the word would be skin-like.
It's very skin-like, very grippy. That's what I would call leather gel. It's a little bit softer and grippy. Almost Swedish.
Is it meant,
Not Swedish, but
is
Swedish.
it meant to have anything to do with temperature regulation, like adding
No.
gel to memory foam?
No.
Okay.
This is just
This sounds horrid.
No.
It sounds like it could be a science experience if you sat on there and it was hot
No,
and
no.
the chemicals came off. And then
Evidently, I need to make a video
turning
on...
into a spider and stuff.
Yeah, no. I need to
Leather
make a
gel?
video on this.
Okay.
I'll make a video on leather gel, leatherette, and top grain. We'll explain it more.
Okay, are we going to take a break? Can I take a nap?
No. We're going to do one more.
Oh,
Yeah. You ready, Tweety?
I'm ready. Let's
All right. Oh, this one's for Gretch. When is your Carlsbad store going to carry the boutique items like pajamas and sleepwear?
We haven't yet set a date for a boutique in Carlsbad yet, but it will happen. Right now, our goal is to master what we got, so we have a system that's in place, we have vendors that are locked in, and we know exactly the flow of how it goes, and then we'll start number 2. But we don't want to have 2 stores learning at the same time, because that's going to be a disaster.
It'd be a mess. But that doesn't limit you in Carlsbad from getting the product. If you went to our Carlsbad store and communicated with them that, hey, I saw these awesome boxers, I would like to see what you guys carry. I'm going there every week, and my guys go there every week. We would not have an issue taking boxers over there, so that way we could show you what we've got. And, if we have the size, we'll take you the size. So there is no limit on that. We can still take the product to you. We just haven't developed the processes or the vendor... we have developed the vendor relations, but we haven't developed the processes yet. Processes. We haven't developed the processes to really be able to run both stores efficiently running the boutique. So what we're doing is developing everything here, and then boom, we launch over there.
And bam, we got an online store too. So if you are interested in an
very good.
item, A lot of our boutique items are also present on our online store, which is livewellfurnishings.com. And you can just go right there, click right there, and shop it. If you give us a call and say, hey, I just made an online purchase, I'm over in Carlsbad, bam, bada bing, bang, boom, we can bring it over.
Yep.
Bring it at the store.
Complete with sound effects.
Or we can mail it if you're like in New Jersey.
New Jersey? Okay. All right. So we are going to take a break because I need to refill my tea. This tea is spectacular. Lemon sage tea. Lavender lemon sage tea. You got to taste it.
I'm going to take a nap. I'll be right back.
And we're back.
You know, you can purchase these at Goodwill. They're made by Lazy Ones.
You're like a walking, talking commercial today. I love it. Very nice. Very well done.
Yeah, they're very comfortable.
All right. Well, that's nice.
We've got lots of great things.
Yes. Yes. It's just that one happens to be your favorite.
Yeah. Right there.
She's actually sold that one out, I think.
I've got a lot of those.
Yeah, she sold a lot of them. All right, so this is the portion of the Fishbowl where we talk about what we learned this week. We're sharing the information with you so that way you know. And who wants to go first on what we learned this week?
I'll go last.
You'll go last? You always go last.
Same class for last?
Yes.
Well, I learned so much this week.
I learned a whole bunch too. All right, ready?
I think I'm gonna...
Rock, scissors, paper to see who goes first.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You go first.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to first start off with binaural sounds.
Binaural sounds.
Frequencies.
Frequencies, okay.
So there are certain binaural sounds that you can play while you start to fall asleep that are very relaxing, and they're a certain frequency.
That's what sleep machines do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can kind of tune you in. I also have been listening to deep sleep meditations that are guided, that are 8 hours long. I'm not really sure what happens after I fall asleep and if there's any like brainwashing happening.
Have you noticed that you've been digging holes in your backyard? John has.
But I do know that like it's really wonderful because a couple of them are guided and they start with the breathing techniques, and so I've been really focused on proper breathing techniques and holding my breath, and then breathing from my abdomen as I fall asleep. And I have noticed that with that breathing technique combined with the binaural sounds, I am falling asleep much sooner.
Have you noticed that you're breathing in a lot more, greenish feathery substances?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I'm still stuck. How is it supposed to be stuck?
There it goes.
I really want to take this
John
off.
is a lucky man. John is such a lucky man.
You should have taken this off during the break because I am so feathered up.
Yes, she's stuck. All right, so you learned binaural sounds.
I also did that, and I don't want to take away your thunder. I just want to add to it.
What was my
Because you
thunder?
taught me some really interesting stuff about the canal and got my radar.
Oh
going.
well, yeah.
But I don't
well,
want to take your thunder on that.
well,
I'm just
actually,
gonna
the
add to
canal
it.
wasn't my thing, and you can keep talking about it, or we can talk about it after I do my thing. We'll talk
Let's
about
talk
it.
about
yeah.
it after you do your thing.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a big topic.
Okay.
It's important.
All right. So what I learned today, or this week, what I learned this week is that how do I say it? It's okay to accept praise because we've gotten praise from customers, and I, for one, don't know how to accept praise. So when we've gotten praise, it takes people like these two to say, "Hey, shut up. Accept it. Accept the compliment."
Yep.
So I have learned from these two ladies that it's okay to accept a compliment. I still don't know how to do it in my personal life, but if you tell me in business life or at the store, I'm all over it. So yeah. No, we've gotten compliments because it is very rare right now to find a store that is in stock, and we've gotten compliments all week on that. We've gotten phone calls. It's been very nice.
We had a customer come through that had gone to Las Cruces, shopped Las Cruces, shopped all the stores here in town. They're very limited in quantity, and the wait lists for some of the stuff that they wanted to order, they're out 6 to 13 weeks.
Wow.
So depending on which manufacturer you're looking at. And that should be compounded probably. They're coming up soon.
Oh yeah. Yep. So that's what I learned. I learned how to do that. I also learned that I've got a really good team. Why are you laughing?
Nothing.
The feathers?
No.
Is it the feathers?
Go ahead.
Okay. I learned that I've got a really good team because we went on vacation and we came back and the store looked wonderful.
Yes.
Everything was just handled in tip-top shape.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.
Very
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, we had a wonderful vacation, by the way.
Good.
Yeah.
You guys were up in the northern country.
Northern country of New Mexico. Yep, we were in Taos.
That's awesome.
Loved it. Absolutely
That's
loved
a
it.
very peaceful place.
We also learned very quickly that you shouldn't pay $11.99 for a smudge stick of sage in a store because we bought her because she's a hip.
I had a special request.
Yeah, she had a request.
I asked for some of my incense because I do burn a lot of incense. It's just part of my morning prayer and meditation, and then my evening prayer and meditations. And so, what was that?
Nothing.
And then, but I did ask, because when you go up to the northern lands, Taos is really well known for their sage. So I was like, hey, can you bring back some sage?
It's literally so abundant that you can't take a step unless if you're on the sidewalk or street.
On the step.
But we didn't know this before we paid $11.99 for a stick of it. Well, for a little thing of it.
You got a special species of sage.
Okay, well,
But
either
I
way.
thought you were just gonna pull your car over and bundle up some sage. That's where my mind was at. But yeah, they got me the good stuff. It was like a big old thing of white sage.
Yeah, and no, I still have the other sage. It's on the TV stand. I'll get
Yeah,
it.
you need to bundle it up.
There's
While it's
not
still
that
I'll
much
leave it.
of it. There's probably 6 or 7.
Oh no,
stalks.
it's a good chunk.
Yeah, you have the native sage. It's very cool. I've heard that it's good. The reason I wanted it, and I don't know how true this is, but it's for clearing your house, the bad juju and the laronas out of your house. It's good for you open a window and then you burn it, and
You know what's good for that?
the bad
Bleach.
juju goes away.
Bleach.
Chocolate.
Juju goes away.
The bad juju goes away when you have chocolate.
Okay, so what did you learn this week?
I learned that I'm going to be unavailable on Saturday evening because we have UFC fights, and Usman and Miocic are going to be fighting.
No, it's Ngannou and
What did I say?
Stipe. You said Usman.
I'm sorry, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Ngannou and Miocic. Yes,
You guys
and I'm
sound
very
like you're
excited.
talking a foreign language. I have no idea what you're talking
we're
about.
we're into the UFC fights. Yeah. So
And that's this Saturday night, so beep, leave a message.
that's what you learned this week.
Well, no, that's what I've been following this week. Actually, okay, so what did I learn this week? I learned that, I've been working with vendors all week.
Okay.
And they're wonderful. But
Okay.
there really isn't a new step to it yet. But I have been researching new product to bring into the boutique. And I did share with you some of the stuff I'd like to bring in. Should I disclose?
What? Okay, this week we got a package of...
We got a package of anxiety vests for our pooches. So
Yes.
you have a fur baby from extra small all the way up to extra, extra large. We have anxiety vests.
We'll be putting out a new item video for that because that's pretty exciting. We've had
Yes.
a call for it, so yeah.
But I kind of mentioned that already about the anxiety vest. So I was like, that's not a new thing.
It's a new thing.
Okay, that's my new thing.
Okay, so we're going to move on from that. And now we're going to talk canal. So, what do you got?
It's been blowing my mind this entire week.
Why?
I've been pestering John every day. I'm like, John, do you understand the implications of this? And he's like, yeah. I'm all
important.
excited. I am riled up about this because my mind gets a hold of something and it starts calculating and figuring all this stuff out and all of the domino effects in global trade.
Oh, it's
I
going
love
to be
marketing and I love advertising and the whole global connections.
It's going to be big. It's going to hit fuel prices. It's already hitting the oil market in the United States, but it is hitting fuel prices in Europe.
It'll hit Europe first.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
It's an interesting time to be alive. I mean, I've said that throughout the whole COVID thing, and then now we're saying it throughout. There's a ship stuck in the Suez Canal. That is so different.
There's some really interesting history, 150 years of Suez Canal history. Mm-hmm. You know, on one side you've got Egypt, on the other side, in parts of it you have Saudi Arabia, I believe. So I have a couple of friends that have taken naval ships through there. One of them, he was telling me that it's you know, when you're on a naval carrier, you kind of like feel like you're floating across
The sand.
the sand, because you can't really see the
Can you
water
do the
in
whole
certain
thing
areas.
like I'm alive or I'm flying, like from Titanic?
I don't think they do that.
Oh.
But and then I met a gentleman that came in today that had been there, and he's been through it on a naval carrier as well. And
Oh
then
yeah, he was very interested in what she was researching.
there's a couple of them. So they were like, yeah, that's pretty intense. But they did call in the Navy today, or within the last.
They wanted,
24
yeah. The
hours
president
to go
offered, yeah. The
get
president
help.
offered American help to help them clear it. The
excavators to
Yeah.
take some U.S. strength.
You know the whole funny thing about this? Because
Did we go here?
we always ask, how did this happen? Like, seriously, how did it happen? And they're talking about it possibly being hijacked. And I saw this really interesting...
where the wind. Okay, so the
Okay.
wind.
Well, I want to tell them.
I'm imagining
Okay.
the Mummy, the movie The Mummy.
So, with this carrier being taken over, so somebody hacked into the system, and that's why all this happened.
Freighter. Don't scare people. It wasn't a carrier. It was a freighter.
Okay. Anyways, it carries a bunch of boxes full of stuff.
I haven't
So,
heard this part.
In the process, the person who hijacked it did this
Did
nice
not
little...
hijack. It's not hijacked.
Okay, we make
I
it...
never heard this.
No, it was on this news article. Okay, so what they're saying is somebody actually broke into the computer system because those are not operated manually. They have to be driven by computers. So somebody supposedly hacked into the system, the computer system, and drove the ship into a certain pattern that made a certain picture of a male.
So
So
there's
that is a hypothesis
so there's a hypothesis
that is
but-
out there.
but
There's
it's
also
honestly-
there's also an electrical shortage.
Yeah, it's
that is out
electrical
there from the
shortage
wind
caused by wind that made it.
That went out there too.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard the official.
Yeah. No.
So, when I
There's
saw
lots
that
of
one-
ideas out there. There's
So this
lots of
boat has not
theories.
been hacked. There has not been proof of it.
Hasn't been proven, but you can't say it hasn't been disproved.
Okay. So this thing is grounded. It's in the sand.
So what we know right now is that at some point, whether it was weather conditions, electronic fail, or maliciousness, a cargo ship, it's a mega cargo ship.
Yep. 8th largest in the world.
Carrying containers like we see on our rail cars, right? The size of the Empire State Building
Yep.
went sideways, and its front and end have come aground.
So you
And
get.
so they're
yeah.
working around the clock to refloat it, and they're developing ways of, either unloading the ship
Trenching it. Yeah.
to create buoyancy, or they're having to calculate this all very specifically because one, they don't want to complicate things even further.
Right.
They are also, so that process, we have incredibly smart people in this world, and engineers and people that are experts at this. So that's not really the scary part.
No.
The part is that, okay, it's stuck, it's blocking flow north and south.
It's blocking world trade.
And this is 12% of world trade, and millions of barrels go through there.
And live animals.
Live animals are on ships. We have anything, goods from coffee, toilet paper,
Not coffee.
electronics. We have rare earth minerals.
Yep.
That will,
Cell phones and everything. Yep.
Okay, so we're talking, this is a major source of trade between Europe and other parts of the
Asia,
world,
right.
both ways. All right.
Which affects us in the long run.
And so once they dislodge this cargo ship, then they're going to have to trench that out
because
and
it's
re-establish the canal.
Because we're still talking sandy waters, and this ship has been holding the sand back. Yeah.
Okay, and as of last night, if they were to dislodge it now, the effects of this will impact trade between 6 and 12 months
6
out.
and 12 months out, yep.
In various ways. This is not the zombie apocalypse, but it will have little waves. It's kind of like the butterfly effect.
Yeah, but she's giving you a good view of how we foresaw the mattress shortage and the foam shortage. This is what we did.
So and so, if this was an isolated event in a non-pandemic world that's already facing microchip shortages, the auto industry is, we have a global economy that's already been crippled in many ways by a global pandemic. That would be one thing. Now, they are very optimistic about this. They are moving rapidly on this.
Yep.
But we're talking $10 billion a day of cost.
Billion with a B. And the other thing that I'm hearing is that they may just wait till next week because they've already tried three serious ways of trying to get it out today and failed at all three of them. And they may have to wait till next week for high tide.
The tide will help a lot.
Yeah.
And, and then if they were able to get more water in there, John was wondering if the canal was set up like the Panama Canal, where it's locks. But it appears from a satellite image that it's pretty much flat desert.
Flow. Yeah.
And that's the entrance of it, because once you go in there, it's about 10 kilometers in right now, but once you get past that spot where they're at, it divides into two channels.
Right.
And it takes 18 hours from one end of the canal to the other. It's a long job. We're talking an 8-hour movement there.
Sit right back and I'll tell you a tale.
There's a lot of people now with the restrictions of COVID. What I've learned is that these people have to stay on their ships right now. Because they're international. They're
Quarantine
not allowed to
international.
leave.
Yep.
They're on quarantine on the ships. I've also learned that once it's dislodged and back open, it's still going to take about 4 days as of last night or this morning for the ships to get processed. So they're in queue. It's usually 50 ships a day, but now we're backed up to hundreds of ships on either end. They are now, diverting routes around the Horn. They're going back the other way, towards the eastern coast of the United States. But a lot of this trade is going to Europe specifically, or East Coast. So there's that trade. Now, there are pipelines that they can divert oil from. They can use pipelines. There's strategies. There's other routes.
Yes,
Maybe
it's hard to take someone wearing a green boa seriously. But she's been freaking out about this since 2 days.
Freaking out. I've been digging into it. It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's deep.
No, it is.
There's no freaking out.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
This is somebody that the NSA was trying to recruit me at one time.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
I was there.
I know. You told us.
NSA.
While you were drinking tea out of your
the National
unicorn.
War College.
Yeah. While you were drinking tea out of your unicorn mug, you were telling us this.
It makes me wonder if they're going to put laws on the size of ships, because the Ever Given is the name of the big stuck ship. That I think at some point they're just going to have to limit the size. So if it does,
they won't be able to. Yeah.
I think that
they'll just have to make the canal even bigger.
It's all about efficiency.
It very deep, if that's the case.
It's all about efficiency. It really is. Okay, so this show was originally about catching up with the week, and I guess we did because we stayed on the week's news. Yeah, thank you. Suez Canal expert.
Oh, it's exciting.
Oh, it's very exciting. All right, until next week, thank you for watching and have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.
I'm out of tea. You didn't refill mine. You refilled yours, but you didn't top mine off.
Oh. You'll learn.
So sad.